There's a dog.
Oh, doggy. Hey, dog. We know we're shit.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching the Daily Drift. So, guys, today, if you guys didn't know, what we're doing is we're going to get a...
and not rear end someone.
We're going to try not to die, but we're going to get an engine and trans for the BMW. So, we got a good tip from somebody, good buddy of mine. And we're gonna go down there and go pick up a engine and trans.
It put 2 wrong. It used the wrong tense of 2. That bothers me. It put T-O-O, not T-W-O. U2. The fucking Surrey is illiterate. I swear to God.
Maybe it just doesn't speak Spanish. I don't know.
2. No. 2 as in like 2, like we're going to the city. Oh, there's too much salt on my food. Or there's 2 of you. It doesn't use the right form of 2. T-W-O.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Oh.
Oh. I wasn't sure.
Hey, look, the Capitol. I'm your tour guide for Austin today.
Yeah, we're in Austin today.
Oh, there's the building I like right back there, the Frostbank. It looks like the building in New York, somewhat. Not really.
Sears Tower?
No, Sears Tower's in Chicago.
Oh shit, I was thinking Chicago. You can
I'm
tell I'm
thinking
not from New York.
I'm thinking the Chrysler building.
Ah. Well, boys and girls, don't know if you can see back there, but we got the engine and a lot more. We just got a pretty good deal and managed to pick up both engine, transmission, but the guy also threw in a whole shitload of spare parts. I'm talking, we got radiator, we got M50 intake, M52 intake, a bunch of other spare parts, throttle bodies, like you name it, we got a bunch of spare parts. So now, hopefully we should have everything we need to get the BMW back up and running. At least with a stock M52 engine, so
Oh, wait.
I think that's a win. This is a sad day for all people who love tools. We are gonna miss you, Sears.
In the arms of the angel.
Now I just go to Amazon.
Oh, look at all the bushes in the way of the tower. Oh, there we go. So
Yeah.
that's the famous tower where they had the big old shooting down here in Austin.
Yeah, so in 1968, Charles Whitman, who was a former Marine, he served in Vietnam, and he went up to the tower one day and started unloading fire on the students. But the one thing that happened that day that you will never hear about ever again is the students went to their dorms, got their own firearms, and returned fire. I don't think you'll ever hear a story like that nowadays. But I just thought that was an interesting piece of information you may want to know about Austin, Texas. That's the UT Austin clock tower, by the way. So that's like the campus. And then the Capitol's right there. They literally
There
built
it
the
is.
city around the Capitol. Kind of like PewDiePie building everything around his castle in Tropico 6? Is that what it is? Yeah.
Tropico.
Get
Subscribe to
over
PewDiePie.
The movie where we're talking about the 12 that first got in Afghanistan, they rode horses.
Cavalry.
Because they couldn't get anything else in that terrain. So they rode horses and they fucked shit up. If I was a Taliban and I saw, wow, that's dated. If I was ISIS and I saw our guys riding over on horses with some ARs, I'd be like, I give up now. These guys won't stop at nothing.
I would like to ride a horse.
Although that movie wasn't 100% accurate because they forgot to mention the guy who was a PJ that went with them as well.
It's just because we're Air Force.
Well, it's 13. There were 13 that went, not 12. They're just like, yeah, we don't need the Air Force in here. Well, who do they call when they're getting fucked up? They need someone to drop a bomb.
True.
They sure as hell don't call the Army. They ain't got no jets. Or A-10s.
See, this is exactly why I don't like Austin.
Why?
Not this Austin, but Austin, Texas. Look at this bullshit. You seeing this? This is nuts.
And this is the outskirts.
And this isn't even technically rush hour.
And yes, I got a Jewel. Okay, I did. Because, you know.
Yeah, he's part of Team Vape.
Vape Nation. Yeah,
Nation.
I just need a Subaru and a backwards hat. Oh, no. Forwards hat, hoodie on, and a Subaru sitting real low. That's what I need.
You can't what?
I can't show up my first day at work when I get in with my Miata, because that would just be very bad.
You might get a new call sign with that. What would they call you?
Hairdresser?
Hairdresser?
But
You got it though.
I'll be fine. Vape Nation. Get some of that nicotine and I'll be good.
Okay, well, come back a little bit more. So if you guys haven't guessed already, we definitely got the engine. And yeah, it's not too bad, but we got a bunch of spare parts. And one of the cool parts is that oil pan's for an E30 swap, so we'll be able to sell that. It's the original pan. That's the M52 intake, but we also got an M50 intake that came with it in the truck. So it's looking pretty good, I think.
Also,
Yeah.
when was the last time you saw some of these?
Some of what?
Old school.
Oh, dang,
Throwing
look
it
at
back.
that. Got the CDR.
I gotta make a mixtape.
Aw, snap. So now you gotta watch us struggle and try to get that bitch out of there and into the garage. So, enjoy. Check it.
Is this what all these guys, the Instagram guys do?
That's it. Look at that. Got ourselves an engine for $500. One step closer.
Oh, should I turn that off?
Ah, it's only 5 seconds. We got a nice big old bucket of parts now. Probably can't see it too well, but there we go. Nice. Can we see that? Ah, that's better. So now we can see. So Austin's just spraying BMW. That way we know what parts these are for. But as you can see, we got like spare collectors, O2 sensors, an entire engine harness. We got a freaking radiator and the fan support thing. Ours is all cracked. We got that for well, not free. We paid for it, but dude, like we got all these parts. Power steering pump, AC, compressor, like you name it. On top of the engine, plus the M52 intake. And we have an M50, which, oh, it's in the back of the truck. Yeah, so he gave us an M50 intake, which, if you're into BMWs, you know it's got a little bit more torque and shit like that. But long story short, so we got that, and now we got spare throttle bodies. Like, yeah, we got another MAF in here. Like, I can't get over the deal that we got on this thing. Like, ridiculous. And even though we probably don't need to completely replace our engine and trans, the fact that we can get a spare one for $500 plus all these parts, ridiculous, ridiculous. Yeah, so we're definitely going to put it to good use. It's just a matter of putting it together and figuring out what exactly we're going to keep, if we're going to do the head gasket or not, because the guy gave us a head gasket too. So
guys, this
Yeah.
is where we tell you the twist. Really not going in the BMW, it's going in the Miata.
Oh,
Yeah, why not?
not
No.
really.
No, it's not. So we need that engine to work.
Yeah, well, it works now. Oh yeah, you guys probably don't know, but the Miata's back.
Yeah,
It's actually getting ready for paint.
Yeah, plasti dip. I bought it like a year ago, and now I'm finally getting around to it. So
Hell yeah.
should look better.
She's gonna look real nice and sweet. Kind of like this. But see, this right here is where all the real justice is. That M50 intake we got. Because that alone is a pretty big upgrade. And you can see the difference. So take a look at this. So if you look at these runners. Here, flip it over
Hey,
real
it's
quick.
got my lucky number on it.
Does it really?
77.
Wow.
77, look at
my race
that.
number and everything.
Boom, that was your race number. So the big difference between the M50 and the M52 is these runners. You can see how thick they are, and they're very straight. There's not like anything in the way. Versus if you look at these, you can see they're very tiny. Anyway, the biggest point to make here is the size of the actual runner. You can see these are very tiny. They're a little bit longer versus these, which are much bigger, and they're shorter. So supposedly this will help you pick up a little bit more torque. I don't know. We'll see. Any little bits, much needed. But this was another win because ours was nice and cracked. This one was nice and good, and we got it for basically free. I mean, I paid for the engine, but this was pretty much free. So, hell yeah.
It's cold.
So all in all, I'd say that was a pretty big win.
You great cornholio.
You will beloved my bunghole, for I am the great cornholio.
So anyway, guys, that's all we're going to get done today. But tomorrow,
Because it gets dark at
Yeah.
6 p.m.
6 p.m. And we got to go to the gym. So we're going to take
Hey.
care of that and eat and all that fun stuff. But so get ready, guys, because we got a lot of work to do. We're going to get this BMW back up and running good. We got to get the Miata going.
Yeah, so the next thing's painting the Miata, and then once that's painted, I gotta bring it to the tuner again, and he's gonna like redo some stuff on it because now that the rings are broken in. And then after that, we get that out of the garage, we pull the BMW in, And we started this process along with the bushings, the welding the diff. We got a lot to do on the BMW.
The BMW has a
So-
huge project coming up. It's going to be
Yeah.
in the garage for a while.
Luckily,
But-
the RX-7's running. So
Yeah, it is. And I got new spark plugs for it, so pretty soon we'll be getting that street legal. So
Oh, yeah, we gotta
got
get
a lot
that.
coming, guys. So if you haven't already, just saying, you might want to hit that little subscribe button. Just saying.
Mhm. 'Cause
But if
now-
you did, you're awesome.
Yeah, and now we got the big project out of the way that you did. So
Yeah.
now we can
Yeah.
get back into working on the cars.
It's gonna be
So,
good.
Should be fun.
It's gonna be a
See
lot
you
of
guys
fun.
on the next one.
Later.
That hole's not supposed to be there. Dang.